Hello guys, I'm at the Mirage breakfast and lunch buffet. This is the intro, 2 seconds. I want you to hear the brief summary. It's very good and you might want to come here rather than spending a lot of money at Bacchanal. This is in summer 2016. Now I will go into detail and explain things so that you can make up your own mind. Right now you will hear comments that try to give you both sides, so watch it until the end and make up your own mind, and see you on top-buffet.com. Hi guys, this section here is going to go away after breakfast, so I'm rushing and showing it to you. It's so well displayed. I think it's the better displayed than all sections, deli and cheese meat and cheese sections, even including Bacchanal, which is nowhere near as good in terms of display. And then I have a lot to say about Bacchanal, so you better watch that video or read the review on top-buffet.com. Okay, so you've got your deli meats, including the spicy one. They're all good quality, you know. Smoked salmon, which is always used to be the best ever, and now it's good, you know, perhaps cutting corners. Cheddar cheese, which really, you know, hard variety cheese, and shaved grana parmesan, which you can add to your pasta if you want. That's what the Italians do. They used to have great breads, but now they have assorted crackers. I think they've just cut corners. Is that the new way of saying things? They've cut corners. But you can come here and have your bread here. You know, you can have it toasted if you want. And then add it to the meat, the deli section. And because it's breakfast, you have your yogurt, but nothing, you know. I don't think. Let me see what they have. It's just regular yogurt. At least you can pick it yourself. And but the regular run-of-the-mill yogurt. And you've got your breakfast section with your cereal. But things are changing. Things are changing fast. I think this tiny section here will be the salad section, but we'll come back. You see, when you come for breakfast, breakfast is the least expensive, but it's also, there's nothing here to eat if you are expecting to have a full meal for the day. And I do, because I do lots of things afterwards, and there's so much food that I don't feel like eating again in the day. But you know, regular people will probably have 3 meals a day. Chef's Kitchen, this is where you have your made-to-order omelette. And why not pick up some of that lovely salmon that I showed you and ask him to add it to the toppings. And what my friends used to do is that they would ask if they had any toppings tucked away aside from the regular ones, and sometimes they lucked out and they had some exotic omelette rather than the usual ham and cheese. Now the rest, I would just want to show you the breakfast areas that will change for lunch. It'll take some time, you know, in the good old-fashioned Bellagio style. It takes forever, like an hour. And so some of you will be happy though. In fact, many people still want breakfast choices even if it's lunch. French toast. These used to be one of the top 3 buffets in Vegas, Mirage. And then things change, and I talk about, oh, I like this. Sorry. I like the look of it, but I haven't tried it yet, so I'll let you know. And then things changed, and they cut corners, and I talk about it more at length in my previous video on Mirage. So it's become a regular buffet with, however, a really fancy soft self-serve soft drink and all sorts of drinks actually, and of course a free beer and free wine, which is where I think they started having more guests coming in. And because of the free beer and free wine, what happened is that we then all the other dishes I think suffered. It was interesting how you had the decline of food at Mirage and then the upsurge of free beer and free wine. But you know, because many people don't really come here to buffets for a gourmet experience. And yes, you can have a gourmet experience in some buffets. Don't say that you cannot. Have you had the raised tuna at Aria? The grilled tuna steaks at Aria? So Of course, it's rare. But here you could have some amazing chef's delicacies. Well, you cannot find them anymore. But I'm going to now wait around for lunch and try a few bits and pieces of everything and report back to you. Hopefully this will be one of the top 6, and then you can eat it. And the price is quite reasonable. And I came here you can come here with my Vegas coupons, so you eat for free, but generally you have to stay at an MGM resort. Or you can use your express comps, which I have so many of, and I've decided to just cash in. And so there are ways. In any ways, it's actually a relatively affordable buffet. If you think that next door at Bacchanal, same time, same hour, same day, it's almost $43. $43. Okay, now I'm gonna sample things and get back to you shortly. The smoked salmon is good. It isn't the best smoked salmon you can find. I did not ask the origin because that makes a difference. I don't know. I don't know. It could be just a more affordable version of any origin smoked salmon. And these peppers, red pepper, that's okay. Nothing special, One thing I have to say is that this water, I'm not going to say the brand, but this is sparkling water. It does not taste like chlorine at all. It feels like it's very, very well filtered water, if not spring water, probably filtered water. But I have been to many buffets here in Vegas, and the majority of them give you tap water. Even if it may well be filtered, but it's not filtered well enough because I could taste the chlorine, and it's quite awful. You don't enjoy anything if you have chlorine taste in your mouth. And this is nice. I've always really liked the seltzer section here at Mirage because it's way above any other. It's modern, it's better quality, it gives you better choices, but as I say, overall it's better quality. You don't find it anywhere else. So there are some touches about the Mirage buffet that still brings it high up. If they had kept the gourmet style of a few dishes, then it would always be one of the top 3. Once it used to be the best one, but then Studio B came along, and Studio B is far away, so for the Strip, I think once it was the best one, and then things changed. But then things change all the time, so I'm looking forward to trying everything and reporting back to you. Who knows? Maybe this is one of the buffets that you absolutely must come to eat at. I love these fish and chips, I have to tell you, they used to be even better. They used to be much better. The actual fish, the cod, is perfect. The batter is perfect. It's perfectly cooked. The oils are good quality. They're not used and heavy. The only thing is the chips, for some reason, there's something about them that are not as perfect as they used to be. And there's very little salt, so you might want to add salt, which is fine. It's better to add than to deduct. Now, this mountain here is the pepperoni pizza, which became destroyed the moment it landed on my plate. But I have to tell you, it's actually really good. It's really good. I cannot believe that Mirage is serving the best pizza that you can find in Vegas buffets. Now, I still have to go to Wynn to double check. So at the end of my trip, I will rewrite the top 5 and top 10 best buffets in Vegas with a little explanation and links to detailed explanation. But so far, I can't believe it. You have to come to Vegas every 3 months to double check because things can change a lot in 6 months, just 6 months. And then the sushi is good. I mean, it doesn't look impressive. Oh, there's something that's really impressive, actually. I'll show you in a second because I'm finishing my plate first. But it really tastes great. Actually, it's better than what I had at Bacchanal yesterday. And Bacchanal sushi used to be by far the best. Went downhill so fast. Unbelievable. Well, I'm talking about Bacchanal. Now, this is good, and I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to go around the stations and give you more explanation. Okay guys, let's review the Mirage breakfast and lunch buffet. actually, just to prove me wrong, it used to be different in the past though. This section here has stayed open for lunch as well, and I just showed it to you, so it makes no difference really. I've already explained it to you, but they've proven me wrong in a few things in that, and I noticed this trend in other NGM buffets, that they do keep some breakfast items for lunch. The difference is that for lunch they will add more things. But however, I don't know if you remember this station, there's the cereals right there. They have actually added salad, and it's no longer the beautiful made-to-order salad that they used to have. This seemed to be the bastion, that was the bastion of the Mirage buffet, but rather you're now going to have to make it all yourself. The good thing though is that you still have artichokes. Yeah, they're expensive and flavorful. They do not have, oh yes they do, Kalamata olives, they're right there. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. Very nice. And there's some sort of oil there, which I believe at the time when I asked was a mix between olive and other oils. But you know, it's here, at least it's here, and it's nicely presented. I've just come from Bacchanal, and it was just, they forgot that some people do like to put some vegetables in their dishes. Some people, not all. Anyway, so far actually I'm impressed in that Mirage used to be very, very good, and then it declined a couple of years ago with the advent of the free drinks, free alcoholic drinks. It meant that the food suffered, you know, the cut corners. And I was told that by several people, and it wasn't just my opinion. I'm going to show you what has also remained for breakfast, and then I'll carry on showing you various areas. This made-to-order omelette has also stayed. See, it's kind of nice and rich. And as I say, you can... Did I just show you the... Did I show you the countertop? I did, didn't I? And as I say, you can ask various toppings, and if you want, you can, you know, some people do it, some people don't, but you can ask to bring your own, you can bring your own smoked salmon from the other station and ask them to add it. Some nice people will do it for you, then you have to leave them a little bit of a tip. And this has also remained for breakfast. It makes people happy, and they save money because this type of food is really cheap to make, isn't it? Okay, eggs Benedict and French toast. Looks good. I used to have so much of it, but then I realized that I was just having bread. And chicken scallopini with sauté baby kale and shaved parmesan cheese. Roasted eggplant, well, kudos for trying. I just think that, and I know this dish very well, it has to be cooked just a little bit more, just a little bit more. It cannot be overcooked, but just a little bit more, and then it will be perfect. Rigatoni with meatballs and tomato ragu, overcooked, too overcooked. I mean the pasta. The sauce is very nice. Then the pizza here does not look so good, but it actually was. I had the regular pepperoni pizza, which looks pretty sad now, but but it was actually good. It was my favorite pizza so far in Vegas buffets. Now, where do I go? I'm gonna have to go this way. Maple syrup, sugared strawberries, just in case you thought that the sugar in the fruit isn't enough. It's okay, guys, that's okay. It's just forgive my irony. Okay, whipped cream, everybody will be happy, kids will be happy. Various little toppings. I do like this buffet. I do like it, you know. Most of the dishes I've had were well prepared, most of them. Prime rib, of course it's gluten-free. This is the gluten-free is the new fare. Gluten-free, non-MGO. You will have something like, oh, you know, bananas, non-MGO. Yeah, of course. There are only a few items that are genetically modified. Anyway, horseradish and turkey breast. It's gluten-free, guys. Most meat is gluten-free, unless you add things to it. And then you have sausage, bacon, very popular, and the mashed potatoes, which actually they were not as good as they could have been. They were tasteless, and you know, the texture was okay, but I've had much better in various buffets here. Chicken noodle soup and corn chowder. Forget about clam chowder. I have not seen clam chowder anywhere. It's all corn chowder now. And that doesn't say non-GMO, does it? Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay, forget it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna go into lessons of food, on food. You have jumbo shrimp, and you have lemon wedges, and seafood chibis, and cocktail sauce. You know, it wasn't of course here for breakfast, but they brought it out for dinner. Sorry, for lunch, vegetables, saffron rice, grilled catfish, it was okay, grilled cape, there you go, in case I don't pronounce it properly. And this one was a little bland. The cioppino, of course, as usual, I gotta show you, this is so silly. And the broth was very good. The broth was tasty and flavorful. And unfortunately what happens is that people just keep, they take the fish and the bits, and then they leave the broth, which is so childish. If you're one of those, you're childish. You must have a little bit of broth with your fish. Otherwise it's not a soup, is it? Come on, guys. Corn chowder soup, chicken tortilla soup. I'm gonna show you this. I actually really like it. This guacamole. The guacamole, you know, when Mirage was on its glorious days, they used to say and be very proud of the fact they would make it in-house. And I don't know if they still do, I don't know, but it tastes like it's made in-house. And it was one of the better ones that I've had in various buffets here in Vegas. It was good. Oh, then pico de gallo, of course, which was also well made. And you know, it's a lot of it. Very popular. Now here you used to have, in this section here, you would have breakfast burritos. Now in this section here you would have breakfast burritos, and they were good. They would also have beef taquitos, you know, and they were very flavorful, and they were here for breakfast, and they were here for a little bit of lunch, but then they were taken away. And I actually like them. I like the breakfast burritos. I think they have had them for a long time, and they're very good. Roasted potato wedges, and I'm gonna move a little. Salsa verde here, and tomato and green peas rice, and black beans with roasted ham. Cajun roasted chicken. Well, as I say, you know, some things are just average American food. I mean, averagely made. And others are good, you know, like this one, I've already said it. These fish and chips have always been good. The batter's good, it's fresh. The fish itself is good quality. I thought that the chips were a little soggy, but all in all, I still like the dish. Then you have coleslaw and three bean quinoa citrus salad. Am I showing you correctly? I'll show you the chips a little bit. And then grilled pork chops, collard green. Oops, I'm about to fall. Corn on the cob, of course. Now the self-serve, I love this self-serve, I really do, because you have so many options, and don't just have this water here. I want to show you. I'll click on all drinks, and click on more. You can see what they have, right? Okay, maybe not. Okay, I made it. So so many options. And the Sunny, when you click on sparkling, for example, you got lemon lime, sparkling lemon lime. And it's really quite good. And what I liked about it is that it didn't taste like chlorine, you know, I said that already. Then you've got your teas, your flavored teas. And then these nice teas. I'll show you. Look. There you go. Chamomile blossom. Organic. Can you read that? Organic chamomile. I may have to have this. Well, it's just nice that you can have actually high quality stuff in a buffet. Right? Don't you think? Some of you may not care, but... And then you have your regular honey, which you can add to your coffee. And in terms of coffee, I'm having these. Well, maybe not. I'll leave them for you. Then in terms of coffee, of course, you've got your straws and so forth. You've got the regular coffee and decaf coffee. And to be honest with you, oh, it was so bitter. I come originally from Italy, and I'm not saying I know what good coffee is, but I think I know what good coffee is. This was terrible. It was so bitter. Please bring some slightly nice roasted full blend coffee would be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, let me know if you disagree. I don't mind if you disagree. Let me know. Let me know. Everybody has different opinions. And then here you've got, if you like something a little bit sweeter, anyway, doesn't matter how much sugar you put in, it's still bitter. Then you've got original cappuccino, which I'm gonna have, French vanilla, I might have that, and hot chocolate. Last time I had it was far too sugary, you know, it was a little bit artificial, but you know, what do we say? At least it's here, you can serve yourself, you don't have to ask. And then you've got your Minute Maid juices. And here, on the other hand, you have whole milk, and half, which is nice. I like to add it myself. I like to have real milk. And then the same here. Now, and then the same here. And believe me, you need this many. There's usually lineups. And this is the section that will make some of you very happy. Drink as much as you want alcohol, but in terms of alcohol, we're talking about wine and beer. And that's amazing. You can have it for breakfast as well. They push it to you as well. Like they push it. They say, oh, you can have alcohol, and it was only breakfast. But many of you will be happy, and this has been here for quite some time, and it marked the decline of the food. So it's no longer, Mirage Buffet, it's no longer the best, and it hasn't been the best for quite some time, but it's good. Miso soup, which is just water. I mean, people obviously take the best and then they leave the rest, but it hasn't been manned well enough. But what I like, oh look, I'll show you brand new sushi. This is delicious. Ahi tuna nigiri. See? Can you see it? Absolutely delicious, actually. Really delicious. And then this spicy scallop roll and spicy hamachi roll. The spicy scallop roll was very good, and in terms of flavor, I think it's better than what I had at Bacchanal. And Bacchanal's used to be very good, but I don't think it's good anymore. At least it wasn't yesterday. It was actually quite disappointing to me, especially considering how expensive. This is half the price, you know, half the price. And I actually enjoyed most of the dishes that I had. Okay, here you've got pork pot stickers, vegetable chow mein. I like it when the noodles are either fatter or thinner. These ones I'm not too keen on, but that's just my preferred personal choice. Kung Pao chicken, obviously popular. Chinese broccoli stir fry. And then you've got your steamed rice here. I want to show you what I like about this. Okay, just a second. This is egg drop soup and pork and shrimp wonton soup. And I like it. The actual broth is really, really flavorful. I would say that it's made in house, actually, really from scratch. The wonton, like all the other broth stations, you know, there's none left because people take that and leave the broth. And when I had them, they were good, although a little overcooked. And in the past, they used to have this made to order, and it was to die for. Of course, now it's been sitting here, and it's not as good, but it's still good. You know, it's not as great. various sauces, steamed rice, and vegetable egg fried rice. Now I'm showing you the dessert. So, you know, all in all, Mirage was better than it was today. It was better than it was last year. And you know, you have to keep checking every 6 months. There might be surprises. Every 6 months is usually how often you should check a buffet, and you know, every 3 months is better actually. And just make sure that if you read reviews, these are recent, but make sure that you read from people that are trying to give you an objective review as opposed to what they like. You see, like I can tell you what I like, but you might be surprised actually, but I'm trying to give you an objective review. For example, okay, I'm going to give you an example. I don't eat any of these. I couldn't care less about any of these because I don't have a sweet tooth, so I don't care. But I do try them because I know that you will eat them, and I'll try to give you the most objective review as possible, considering what you may or may not like. Plus, in the past, I used to eat this stuff. Now, the bread pudding was very delicately made. You can taste the egg, you know, but a bit too eggy. But it was good. It was delicately made. Now, I'm going to show you the frozen yogurt section here. Well, behind, on the other side. They used to have a gelato section, and it was delicious, but as I said, I think they cut corners since the advent of free alcohol, which means they've just brought this, presumably, I don't know. I think it's cheaper to run, and people seem to be happy regardless, so why have anything better? Okay, and I don't see much labeling here, I'm afraid. Assorted sugar-free desserts. Well, there you go, sugar-free. Now, if you're into sugar-free desserts and you're a little bit of a gourmet dessert lover, you might as well go to Bellagio. They have really the best sugar-free desserts I have had in this trip. And I am not considering, at this point, I am not considering Wynn and Studio B, which is the best buffet, because I haven't been there yet. I mean, I went there months ago, but I haven't returned there yet. I will do so this week. And I will not only post new videos on them, but I will also write full reviews on top-buffet.com. If there is something that you think I haven't said or covered on my videos, I will do so on the website. So check the website out, and you can ask me questions on the website, on the comment section. I will not be able to reply to your comments here. I may post them, but I will not be able to reply. I'm sorry. When I actually publish the comments that you write, for which I thank you all, there are just so many. I would have to stay there, sit there all day, and I cannot do that. Sorry, guys. But I will reply, obviously, when you comment on the website, for obvious reasons. Okay. So it's good. It's a small dessert section. It's not a massive dessert section. Mirage was never the place to come if all you want is lots and lots of desserts. But what they have is good quality, nothing spectacular. I mean, the desserts at Bellagio are better, in my opinion. And the dessert section at Bacchanal is much more impressive for sure. But Bacchanal has disappointed me in so many other ways this time that I'm just, I'm a little bit overall disappointed with them, especially considering how much they charge. But this one is almost, half the price. It was $19 to come in. I came in for breakfast. You can stay here for lunch. Well, that's less than half, actually. Less than half than Bacchanal. And yes, okay, you may have a couple of dishes here. Well, Bacchanal has a couple of dishes that they don't have here. But check the video, read the review on top-buffet.com and make up your own mind. If you have money to burn, then might as well try all the best 5 buffets in Vegas, because they're all different in different ways. If you really enjoy seafood and lots of seafood and some gourmet dishes, then you should go to Aria. But I'll leave you with that because I want you to read my review on Aria on top-buffet.com or see the video. We have a section on top-buffet.com called Real Vegas Videos, and you can also write your view in our views. I'm leaving you with an overall view of this nice buffet. Actually, I'm happy that I was here. I use my express comps. I tell you all about that and other ways to eat for free, quote unquote, on top-buffet.com. Bye bye from the Mirage Buffet Lunch and Breakfast. Bye bye.